Welcome you all. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. It's great to see you all here. You know, NYSSCA has undergone some great changes this year, and we are working really hard for all of you. So tonight, we really wanted to share with you the purpose of this presentation. It is really to talk about who we are as a NYSSCA organization, what we do, and why we do it currently, as well as how we're going to do it in the future. Things might be changing, as you have seen from the town hall flyers. If you have questions tonight, I'm going to ask you to please put them in the chat. And at the end of the presentation, we will try to get to all of your questions if they haven't already been answered. So I welcome you. My name is Mary Banaszak. I'm the president of NYSSCA this year. I was a school counselor at Victor Central Schools for 35 years and recently retired. I've been with the NYSSCA board for 8 years. And I'll pass it off to our next leader in our presidential team, Dr. Sean Finnerty.
Yes, my name is Sean Finnerty. I was a school counselor for 15 years, started down in North Carolina and then up in New York State. I currently am a counselor educator up at SUNY Oswego, and program coordinator of the school counseling program there. So I'll pass it to Lisa.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lisa Milady, and I am currently the past president of NYSSCA. I am in my 36th year as an elementary counselor on Long Island, and I am currently an adjunct professor for Mercer University I'm a counselor educator as well. And I pass it off to Nancy.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Nancy DiStefano, and I'm very honored to be here as your executive director. I started my career as a school counselor at Shenendehowa High School, or at the Shenendehowa School District in upstate New York. I moved into administration to become a director of counseling at Guilderland Central School Districts, and then on into supervising as a director of special education, and then on to being an assistant superintendent, all while supervising counselors and related service providers throughout my career. I've been a counselor educator as well at the Sage Graduate Schools, and I recently retired as assistant superintendent for the Washington, Warren, Hamilton, Essex BOCES. And I am excited to be here and looking forward to working with all of you. And I will pass it on to Dr. Rotunda.
Hi, I'm Bob Rotunda. I'm operations manager. I was a middle school counselor for 25 years in 3 school districts on Long Island, as well as a counselor educator at NYIT and currently at Farmingdale State. Looking forward to the presentation tonight, and I'm surprised how many names I'm recognizing in the chat.
And I do want to add that Dr. Christy LeBron is unable to be with us this evening, but I hope you will meet her soon in the coming year.
Okay, so moving on, it's important to know who we are. We are a volunteer organization that is passionate about our work with one mission, one vision, and one voice. Our mission and vision have always been every student in New York State will have access to a certified school counselor who is empowered with the knowledge, skills, connections, and resources to promote student success in school, the home, the community, and the world. And our vision is to unite, to represent, and to support school counselors in New York State as they provide academic, social, emotional, and career services for each and every student.
And how we do this as a nonprofit is by following a very carefully crafted work plan. We work hard to achieve our goals, and we are going to outline the 5 main goals that we follow in our work plan. The very first one is to recruit and retain members. Our second is to promote and develop professional development opportunities for all school counselors. The third is to provide and develop professional standards, tools, and resources for school counselors, counselor educators, grad students, and anybody else who could use them. The remaining two are to advocate on behalf of school counselors at the state level. We feel it's very important to have a seat at the table because what we do needs to be heard by the decision makers in New York State. So we really have worked hard to create allies at every level within the state. And the last part of our goals is to develop partnerships and collaborations with other professional organizations because together we are stronger, and all of the work we do is to help each and every one of you as school counselors working in the field.
There's two questions that we want to answer tonight. The first one is why we do it. We do all of this for all of you, the school counselors of New York State. The second question is why are we here tonight? We want to inform you that the current NYSSCA board has adopted changes to our bylaws, which will change our board structure and functioning so that we can become more efficient and more effective, and to increase our accountability to you and accessibility to our members. These changes are supported by ASCA, the American School Counseling Association, as well as other state counseling associations. They will need to be voted on and approved by NYSSCA members who are in person at the annual membership meeting, which will be held at our annual conference in Rochester on Saturday, November 15th. We look forward to seeing you there.
So the proposed changes are to create a smaller, leaner, more efficient board whose purpose is to monitor NYSSCA's compliance to our bylaws, create policies, and as well as keeping our operations and procedures manual up to date. It's very similar to the Board of Education, the way a Board of Education functions in the school districts where we all work. Currently, we have 43 board members with a presidential line of succession, president-elect, president-elect, president, and past president. Only 21 of that large board are voting members, and those are the people that we refer to as vice presidents and regional governors. Our proposal is to elect a 9-member board of directors that will choose who among them become the chairperson, assistant chair, secretary, and treasurer. All 9 will be voting members. Now, if you're doing math in your head, 9 from 43 is 34. I got it. There's 34. So those 34 people are not going anywhere. They're still going to be serving you in their roles. But they'll be on the field doing the work, whereas the board will be in the coaching box.
So I wanted to share with you those 34 other folks who are so important to the work we do across the state. They are the boots on the ground. They're the folks that you can turn to for advice, for questions to be answered, and for help to support you in your role. We have level VPs at the elementary, middle, secondary level, director of guidance, and counselor educators. We have regional governors. We've divided up New York State into 10 regions, and each region has a number of counties that these folks are responsible for. So you can turn to them if you are in their region. We also have some very hardworking committee chairpersons who lead the charge with advocacy, membership, public relations and marketing, and professional development, while also overseeing DEI initiatives and ensuring our personnel management. In addition to those folks, we have our board liaisons, our graduate student liaison, private school liaison, board mentor, workforce development liaison, affiliates supporting you who have smaller NYSSCA-related affiliates in your region, NYSED connections, advocacy within NYSSCA, as well as support from our technology and digital media managers. All of these folks will continue to be working for you and with you.
So we want to share with you our proposed organizational chart under the new bylaws. So new board of directors of 9 will need to be elected. Our new executive director will report to the new board of directors, which will oversee and support the work of some of the committees. Our new operations manager will report to the executive director, and he will see another committee with financial expenditures of the organization. As you can see, NYSSCA has 4 committees of the corporation that are work towards achieving our 5 goals, and they fall under advocacy and public policy, membership engagement and recognition, public relations and marketing, and professional development and publications, with then work groups underneath those main 4 committees.
So you might be asking the question, why change? Well, we have learned from ASCA and other state counseling associations that moving to this new policy governance model of a smaller board who oversees our bylaws, policies, and procedures will allow our leadership team to focus on your needs as members. We'll be able to ensure accountability so that our annual goals are closely monitored and met. Our committee chairpersons and other leadership team members will have a path of direct communication to and from our executive director and operations manager who can readily support them as needed. We will also be able to ensure accessibility so that our members will continue to have access and support from our leadership team. Your regional representatives, level VPs and liaisons, those are the boots on the grounds in your region and across the state, so that you not only understand what we are doing, but can participate in and benefit from the work that we do as an organization.
And how can you as a member have a voice? It is so important to remember that all the work we do is for our members. All of the work we do is to support you. So how can you be part of what we do? First of all, at the end of this presentation, you'll be able to click on a link and review the bylaws. This is the key to the changes that we are making. Very exciting. I hope you all can join us in Rochester at our annual conference, which is from November 13th to November 15th. And it is going to be an amazing time of collaboration for all of us in New York. While you are there at the conference, there will be an opportunity for you to vote at our annual membership meeting, which will be held on November 15th. If you have any questions, that amazing chart that Mary showed us, you all have regional representation. You can go to our website and you can click on our board members and you can send an email and you can get a person will be there to answer any questions that you have. And last but not least, I hope that you were able to read all those amazing committees that we have that drive the goals that we do throughout the year. And if you are interested in anything, you can reach out to the committee chair people, give them your name, and we are happy to have you join us in our efforts to help all of the counselors in New York State.
So you can see there's been a little bit of a timeline, a 2 or 3 year timeline um, uh, as this process has occurred. We understand that change is hard. We don't take it lightly. We have embarked on this journey with care and caution. We've been learning about the new policy governance model for a while now. We first started learning about it 2 or 3 years ago at ASCA's LDI, Leadership Development Institute, for policy governance training. We worked with a consultant from ASCA, Stacy Sjogren from Wisconsin, to learn more about policy governance, and we've been working with her over the last year. We've revised our bylaws. The board has been talking about it. We've had ongoing consultation with Stacy and others. We've had training, with bylaws reviews, and in August, our board voted to approve the new bylaws. And we're going to have a vote of our membership at our annual meeting in November to do that, to vote on the bylaws. We've been working on this for a while. There's lots of really good reasons. I just noticed one. We've gone from a membership of about 1,000 10 years ago to close to 1,900 right now. That's a big reason. We've taken on many more tasks and many more initiatives. We need a different organization to support all of that activity as well as all of the members that we have right now. And we want to do the best job we can.
We want to be sure that this change is communicated clearly and that we give our members ample time to learn more about it and to have any questions you have answered. That way you will feel comfortable when we ask you to vote on it at our upcoming annual membership meeting. So let's just review the communication plan that we have. In September, we announced the proposed board and bylaw changes to our NYSSCA members. In October, we're holding the virtual town hall this evening with a notice of annual membership meeting vote on proposed changes. In November, we will distribute the finalized information for the membership meeting vote prior to the conference, and then you'll vote on it at the conference. And then in March, the NYSSCA board nominations and applications for the chairpersons will be collected, and this is for the 9-member board. And then in May and June, the new NYSSCA board will be elected and the elections will be ratified. So beginning July 1, the new board and structure will begin.
So we've thrown a lot at you this evening. I hope you take some time to look at it carefully. If you would like, we'd love for you to click on the bylaws link that we have on this screen to read through the bylaws so that you understand what you will be voting on in November at the conference meeting. The bylaws are there. It's a lot of legal language, but it's really important because it drives the foundation of what our organization does. Next, we really want to hear from you. We want to hear your ideas and suggestions and any questions you may have. I've created a Google form that's linked here. I would love for you to complete it. It's very short. There are a few required questions and then some additional information you're welcome to add if you're interested. But your feedback is important to us. It will help us guide you and guide this process further as we move forward. So please click on the link as your ticket out the door. We will look forward to seeing you next at the conference coming up in November. We do have a membership link on this slide, as well as the conference registration link, if you'd like to click on that and make sure you secure your hotel and space at the conference. And members get a discount. So we are thrilled that you came tonight. We're going to take a minute and check the chat and see if anyone has any questions they would like us to respond to before we leave.
Mary, just want to point out that Bob is putting links in the chat. And so if you were unable to click on the bylaws, you can access them through the chat, which is perfect. There is a question from Mary Lou. Will members not attending the conference have a chance to vote?
The answer to that question is that as per our bylaws, members must be present at the membership meeting in November in order to vote. Unfortunately, only members who are present at the conference membership meeting will be available to vote. However, we do welcome your feedback if you have questions or concerns about it. That will help us moving forward. Any other questions?
Just real quick, we've had members who weren't attending the conference, but who came to the annual meeting. That's a possibility too. So if you're a member, you can come to the annual meeting and not actually attend the conference, if that's convenient for you.
Awesome. Thank you, Bob. All right. We want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. This meeting has been recorded, so we will have it available for those of you who registered to look through again and click on those links if you would like to. And again, we really look forward to seeing your feedback. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your support, for your ideas, and join us.
Good night, everyone.